Welcome on the Goblin on the Couch. My name is Raymond. This is my buddy Ed.
Hello.
And last week we had a run up with the Goblin, and I want to apologize if he was a nuisance or anything like that. I really didn't mean him to be on the show. He just kind of just yanked me and just spoke on my mic. So
yeah, I still don't get what's going on with that.
Well, see, look here, man. The Goblin is here to stay. He's on the couch, and if he's not on the couch, he might be somewhere else that you least expect. But most of the time, he's on the couch playing games. He's very rude, and I'm very, very sorry to have him here, man. But we're gonna have to live with it. It is what it is, dude.
I'm confused.
Well, look, man. He's been with me for like 3 years already, and it's just like kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. He's gonna be there, and you can't do anything about it. Sorry, man. You can't do nothing about it. He's here to stay, and that's that, dude. He doesn't even have a name. Like, why is he here?
How do you meet something like this?
Well, all right, to tell you, I met him at the Cloister, and in Fort Tryon Park. And you know the little unicorn section, like on the corner? And he was sitting on a bench. And pretty much, I went in there and it stank. And he was there. As soon as he turned his head, we made eye contact, and he's been with me ever since, man. He's just clung.
You met him in a museum?
In a museum, yeah. At that area, too, in the Heights, like, out of all places. But he was there. And as you can tell, he's very rough with the mouth. He does things like set things on fire for a living. But I try to keep him around video games. He seems to have a great time doing that.
I don't want him here.
His favorite game is Skyrim.
I don't care.
It used to be Oblivion, but he lost it.
Stop. I don't want him here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll relay them that message, but as of now, he's here, dude. Sorry. But one thing that I saw this weekend was the Suicide Squad. Did you like that?
Yeah, I saw it too.
Well, I'm gonna keep it straight up, man. That movie was great. And to be honest, fuck all the critics. That movie's great. Go see it. Rotten Tomatoes. I usually rely on them for a lot of things, but it wasn't Rotten Tomatoes. It was really good. Go check it out. And I gotta say, man, Deadeye just stole the show. And Harley Quinn, obviously, because who doesn't like fan service with Harley Quinn, right? She played a good role. The Joker was whatever to me. I kind of wish he was like cracking more jokes or whatever, but he didn't do none of that shit. He just like did crazy shit, like shoot fucking guns off a helicopter. It was crazy, dude. Pretty psychotic, dude.
I liked it. It was fun. It was just a fun movie. I honestly can't tell the difference between any of these movies anymore.
Well, what do you mean by that? Because it's just like, oh, get the bad guy and just save the day.
They're all exactly the same. I can't tell the difference between this movie, Batman vs. Superman, but Captain America Civil War. They're all the same movie.
Well, see, Marvel, I don't know, man. Those movies are great, still in my opinion. Civil War was absolutely amazing. If you didn't see that, I don't even know when the Blu-ray is coming out, but it's coming out soon.
And reviews mean nothing.
No, they really don't.
As of right now, Suicide Squad worldwide already hit 500 million.
That's amazing.
So the more you talk negative about a movie, the more it doesn't matter. So
yeah,
enjoy. Yeah. Just enjoy for what it is. It's just
well,
watch the fireworks.
One thing that I can't enjoy is the fact that that movie didn't have a game, and I really wanted a game, because honestly, there are some really, really good games that came from movies.
They definitely could have fit a game.
That budget was insane.
For that movie.
Yeah, it was just like, why would you not want to do this? This is great.
It didn't even have to be a good game. It was,
it could be a shitty game. I wouldn't even mind if it was a Telltale game, dude.
It's just cheap extra money they could have made.
Yeah. Well, I got a lot of games. Well, I'll pick 3 off the top of my head, but my games, dude.
What games? What are you talking about?
I got games from movies that I can talk to you about that were just fantastic, man.
Well, movie-based games?
Hell yeah, dude. Like, You can't tell me GoldenEye wasn't the most played game back then in 1997.
It was a pretty great game.
Dude, that was the coolest fucking game on Nintendo 64, in my opinion. I mean, you might have people that might be fans of other games like F-Zero and like I mentioned last week, Conker's Bad Fur Day. You know? But I like GoldenEye. I'm not going to say Mario.
You can't. Well, it has nothing to do with Mario.
No.
This is movie-based games.
I'm not going to say Mario. Fuck Mario.
And yeah, GoldenEye.
GoldenEye was great.
That might be up top. That might be on top of the list.
Well, just to let you guys, you know, on the game, it's like it's an awesome storyline about James preventing 006 from causing a global meltdown. But it was the first-person shooter at the time that was absolutely amazing, and the game has been said to be similar to Doom as far as mechanically wise, but I don't really think it was. I don't know. You think it looked like Doom? Have you played the Doom games?
I have. It looks a little like Doom.
Yeah. Well, I can't forget to mention that it was the third best-selling game for Nintendo 64. And I'm not going
to... Give me those top two. What were those top two games they had?
Why do I have to...
Give it to me. Give me those top two games. If they were number
three.
You know
what fucking makes you feel better is the Mario games, all right? Yeah. It's Super Mario 64.
Nice.
And it's Mario Kart.
Nice.
Fucking hate Mario Kart, man. Actually, I don't like Mario. I like Mario Kart. But we're not going to get into that. Fucking look.
Not a movie.
Whatever.
Not based on a movie.
Yeah, that game was... All right. This game was the first addictive multiplayer of all time. And the opponent... If the opponent had a golden gun, you're done.
It's
you're
over.
Done for. And that was like my favorite gun. It was that laser gun too. And dude, just taking out people one shot and just hear them get all pissed off.
I was all about the proximity mines in that game.
Dude, it was great. Just like walking past and just exploding off the wall. It's just great. It's a stealthy. The game, as far as playing the story, was kind of stealthy. I like stealth.
Yeah, I learned camping at a very young age because of that game.
Well, I wouldn't call stealth camping. Camping is just. I'm not gonna get into Call of Duty, dude. I'm not getting into that. This is about 007 right now. But
I like Natasha.
Was it her name Natalia?
I think it was Natalia.
It was Natalia. She was some Russian chick.
But I'm stupid.
No, you just forgot.
I did.
It's cool. You know, I kind of appreciate that you're not fucking up today, Dirk. That's really cool, man. You really did your homework.
Maybe
man.
You could say that without stuttering.
All right. Well, you know, a fun, cool fact about the game, since the devs was supposedly, like, they was inexperienced with 3D games, that is. The game was supposed to be a 2D sky scroller. I never knew that.
Really?
Yeah. So you would have had something like Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers, or even though the Sonic the Hedgehog is more cartoony, but like that. The game was highly praised with IGN giving it 9.7 and the Edge magazine giving it a 10 and a 10. Just to name a few. That was pretty cool, man. It's a classic. It's legendary. If you find a treasure chest, you will find that in there. You will find that game in there. What was one of your favorite games, man?
Well, I have 3. I made my top 3 movie-based video games.
Yeah.
And at the top of the list, I put Disney's Aladdin.
Yeah.
Everybody had that game.
Dude, I remember watching that as a kid.
That game came out in 93.
Wow.
It was a 2D game by Virgin Interactive, and you get to throw apples.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. Now, it came out, movie came out, I think, in 92, and then this one came out a few months later.
Yeah.
It was great.
Way better than Lion King.
Way better than Lion King.
Seriously.
It didn't win any prestigious awards. It had Best Genesis Game of 93.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, but it's not compared to other consoles. They just said Best Game for Genesis.
The Genesis was a great console.
It was.
Rip
Also
Sega.
won Best Animation. Not that hard. It was Disney.
Of course.
But
And the genie. It's like, how can you not like the genie?
No, you get the whole thing. You get the whole movie thing. It was perfect. It was a perfect movie-based video game.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like Alien Isolation.
That's one of yours?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You know why you don't like it?
Because of camping. You camp out.
No.
And watch aliens walk by and make sure hope they don't see you.
Yeah. But
because
I'll get into why that's great.
You paid $60 to wait.
Well, I only did that just because of the fact that it's Alien and it's a fucking cool game. Because little did you know that game was 15 years after the first movie. So it's actually really cool. And the main protagonist was Amanda Ripley, which was Ellen Ripley's daughter.
Doesn't sound like it was based off a movie.
You should play that because of the movie. I mean, the game was still cool too, but hey, man, to each his own. One of the main reasons, like I said, this game is based on the fact that it's mostly stealth and smart decisions. Because if you peek your head out while the alien is drooling and searching for you, you're gonna die. You're gonna get your limbs ripped apart, and you're gonna die. But I mentioned earlier also that Outlast was a really good game to play because it reminded me of that type of game, which was you're running away from like psychotic demon monsters in a psych ward.
And then hiding and waiting.
Yeah, because that's all you can do. That's because exciting. You're worthless and you can't do shit. So at that moment, in real life, would you be fighting demons or aliens? The key items throughout the game is it's the motion tracker. And like the aliens around you, you can see them and you can still hide because you don't want to get caught. So if you're hiding in a locker or something, that's definitely worth it. And another great item is the fucking flamethrower. So you can repel and burn the motherfucking alien away. And the human droids. But that's another story. They would just fuck you up, have super strength, and just take you by the neck and just choke you to death. I fucking hated those fucks. And you cannot kill the alien. So, yeah. Sylvester Poole looks like the old Alien movies, which had like a lo-fi 70s visual. It was definitely cool that they kept it with the original. That was pretty cool. And if you like stealthy games, then Alien's for you.
Ill.
Well, what's your second favorite?
Ill.
Shit.
I went with the Warriors.
Oh,
2005 Rockstar game. 3D game. Who doesn't love the movie?
You also mentioned that it did something before the movie, like it was a prequel for the intro.
I didn't mention that. I'm gonna mention that now.
Oh.
But yeah, what he said. The first part of the game doesn't have much to do with the movie. It's like an origin story about the Warriors. When you get to the halfway point of the game, then the movie starts.
Sick.
And you play that. I thought that was great. It's a beat 'em up game. It's based in the 70s with gangs in New York, and if you know the movie, you know what it's about. Game starts. It's exactly 3 months before the film story begins. A lot of fighting, a lot of cursing. There's great cutscenes, and my favorite is the health. When you're running low on health, you put something in your palm or the back of your hand.
Does it glow?
You bend down and you just hear, and your health bar goes up. And I'm like, oh, I think they're doing cocaine.
Cool. You just do a line of blow and that's it.
Yeah, you do blow and you get health. You tag up walls.
That's actually really creative,
dude. You steal radios from cars.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
It's like Streets of Rage, but better. Yeah. The Warriors.
Pretty good. The music was great. They kept
the soundtrack.
A lot of the voices from the movie were in the game.
Yeah.
Except for one guy. The guy that plays Cyrus. The dude from the beginning that's like, can you dig it? That guy.
Yeah.
They just took his voice from the movie and didn't get his permission.
Yeah.
And then he sued him. He sued the pants off him.
What?
Nah, he sued him for like 200 and something thousand.
You saying that like it's casual. That's a lot.
Well, yeah. That's nice.
That's a lot.
I'll take it.
What's your third one, man, before I get into my ultimate favorite game?
My third, I'd have to say it was Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Oh.
Yes, 2002.
Was that for which console?
PS2. I
Nice.
think it was probably for Xbox as well. I'm not sure.
The
But
original.
I had it for PS2. It was by EA.
All right.
It was a hack and slash game. Who doesn't like a hack and slash game?
I don't know anybody that doesn't.
Had great reviews. Everyone gave it pretty decent reviews. I think it averaged like around an 8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't read those books though. Getting back to the movie.
Well, it's based on a movie.
It's like Bibles.
Not a book.
Yeah. Well,
Even though that movie's based on a book, but
it's true, man.
it's based on Peter Jackson's.
What books can
vision.
do.
But the game was great.
Yeah, that's an epic. That's an epic pick, man. But finally, the favorite. Well, not the favorite. Just my third favorite was the Power Rangers movie.
Disappointment.
What? Dude, I was watching Power Rangers. Listen,
You actually looked at. You gave me that. No, you gave me that serious. Hey, off the mic look like. Hey, I'm gonna hype up my favorite pick right now. Watch
dude, this.
this.
Awesome kick-ass game. You just side
And you
scrolling,
say
kicking up.
Power Rangers, the movie.
Yeah,
video game.
that game was really cool, man. It was very underrated. All right, well, Super Nintendo was the version I played, and that game just brings me back to my early childhood, where Power Rangers will wear fucking tight suits and wear giant helmets.
You'd also
and just
piss yourself
fucking
around that
punch
time,
people,
too.
and sparks come out. Classic. The 2D side scroller was also exact to the first Power Rangers game, which is pretty much an easy game, but it gets a little difficult towards the end. Fucking like every game does. My favorite character, I gotta say, was not Tommy. It was actually Rocky, but actually Rocky wasn't my favorite. It was actually Billy, because he was the fucking nerd and he was still super badass, and his Triceratops was fucking cool too.
He was badass.
He was badass. And the only thing I didn't like was that there wasn't a Megazord, but kicking Ivan News's ass was pretty dope. So that was my third. So fuck off.
It's very disappointing that was the last game we mentioned.
I don't think so, man. I think there's a lot of people out there that dig that shit, man. It could have been worse.
Listen, we didn't rate this. Top to bottom, which one's the best? This was just at random. Power Rangers could have been thrown anywhere. Doesn't count as number one.
Power Rangers is dope.
No.
Power Rangers is dope. Power Rangers is dope. And I played No Man's Sky. I played it. I bought. Look, this is like a grand announcement, because I never thought that I would do this again. I bought a fucking PS4 just to play a walking simulation.
I hate you for that.
I know you do. But you know what? There are a lot of great JRPGs, but we're not going to get into that, because No Man's Sky. I thought No Man's Sky would take place, obviously, in space, because space is the place, and in different planets with the Skyrim base game style. Pretty much walking around, discovering shit, killing enemies, doing missions. No, it's nothing like that. The Skyrim style of walking, maybe, but nothing like Skyrim. More like Minecraft. If you like Minecraft and space, you got No Man's Sky. And honestly, this game is not worth $60. It's worth 30. But I'm not really kicking myself in the ass too much, because PS4 is great, but that game is not that great.
You waited,
It's not that great.
3 years since the system's been out to get it because of a game
And I got it
you
refurbished.
didn't like.
Well, it's not that I didn't like the game. I do like the game. It kind of humbles me, because of the fact that you're traveling these weird, unknown locations, different planets to be exact. You're seeing these different, you're discovering this new species, new organisms that you've never seen before. Like, for example, there's this fucking fish that's huge as shit, and his eyes bulge up and down in the water, and that's how he survives. He has to be on top of the water with his eyes bulging in and out, and they make weird noises, and you discover it. And then you have fucking deers with plants on their heads and weird antennas, and the tongue is sticking out of their antennas, and they attack you, bite you in the ass, and they have like a fucking dozen of them. It's like a family just chasing you and just fucking killing you. But that really happens. You're mostly just you're just picking up iridium, or you're just getting some carbon from space or some shit, or it's just the periodic table. You name it. Every fucking it's just all there. As far as like periodic table, you can find everything from gold to nickel to iron to iridium to platinum. I just named all the fucking jewelry, but whatever. That's all I know. That's all I know. I didn't pay attention in class. Anyways.
Well, I'm glad you spent money on a system and a game for 2 minutes of content on this podcast.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Yeah.
It's time to review the game.
I don't really want to do this. I don't really want to do this, man.
Mighty number 9.
I'm not gonna fucking talk about this for a long time, just for the simple fact that this game I was anticipating for quite a while, and it fucking took a giant shit on me. This game is like taking shit and painting it on a fucking easel. That's what this game is. Sorry, just have to get that on my chest because I'm a huge Mega Man fan, and as you know, the game is kind of based off Mega Man. But it's a reamped version of Mega Man. It's kind of a different franchise in a way. Mighty number 9. I can't stand this shit. I can't stand it. First of all, game is a 2D side scroller. Great. 2D side scroller. I like 2D side scrollers. But at the same time, I like traditional Mega Man 2D side scrollers. This one is just rough around the edges. The mechanics are fucking bullshit. And honestly, I can't stand the fact that I waste all my life and I haven't even seen the boss yet. There's a point where things are challenging, and there's a point where things are just flat outright fucked up because you couldn't get your mechanics right.
Can we mention one thing real quick?
What?
The enemies in this game.
The enemies in this game,
I had a little problem with it.
Which one?
Well, most of them.
Yeah.
Because they were just like, it was a garbage can with eyeballs that runs at you.
Poor ass designing. Oh my god.
There was a giant screw that came out of a wall with eyeballs.
Yeah, that water level. Oh my god.
I didn't understand that. I'm like, this is just things you find in a construction site with eyeballs
and then
that attack you.
They had like this fucking bulldozer thing. When you kill the box, the fucking bulldozer looking robot just attacks you. And I'm just like, why is there a bunch of those?
They also had over $4 million to make something decent.
And they could survive in fire. What kind of shit is that? Shouldn't they blow up too? Wouldn't that be? Because you have falling pillars on those motherfuckers, but they don't die by fire.
And you have to listen to this pedophile professor that tells you to do things.
Look, if you watch anime and you watch anime with dubs, what the fuck? This is bad acting in this game. That's why I quickly changed to the Japanese. At least they sound like they care about the fucking dialogue in the game. I care about stories and plots. I'm just saying, but whatever. That's just me. And
I like the weapons. Your character's weapons?
Weapons are pretty cool, but you have to get them by defeating bosses, which are fucking pain in the ass. Now, look, I don't want to sound like I'm pissed off, because I do get pissed off a lot when I'm playing games. That's
but once you do get it, it is nice.
Yeah, but look, I'm not trying to play Pyro and spoilers, but I don't give a shit. I'm not trying to play Pyro and fucking have him on his half of his life, and then he turns into this fucking ultra super dude and grabs you by your feet. Grabs you by your chest. Grabs you by nothing, but still grabs you. It's just cheap. It feels cheap. I shouldn't have to play. And then you die, and you fucking get all these fucking little cool gadgets, like making your health bar go up and stuff like that. Just little life perks and all these bonuses. Like, you got better fucking shooting, and you can run faster, and you still die.
It's a difficult game.
It's not fucking cool, man. There are games that deserve this kind of shit, as far as like being repetitive, and you have to do the game, you have to beat the boss a certain way in order to, but no, it's just bullshit. You die different times and it sucks. Fuck.
What would you rate the game?
This is pure hard drive A's, man.
Hard drive AIDS, man.
This is pure hard drive AIDS.
It's not very good.
No, it's not. I wouldn't call it Goblin shit, but it's just hard drive AIDS, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, the biggest problem I had with the game had nothing to do with the game. It had to do.
What?
Yeah, I looked up the reviews for this game, and across the board, everyone you can think of gave this game a 5 or a 5.5.
Oh my god, yeah, it's
Everyone.
terrible.
Except one.
What? Who in the fuck right mind would do this? Who would rate this?
EGM gave it a 7.5.
Oh, come on, man. No way. What the fuck?
Now 7.5, it's a decent score.
No, that's a great game. I would
But
want to play a 7.5 game.
When it averages
Totally misleading.
When it averages 5 from everybody else, and there's that big of a jump,
That's an inside job, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
paid
an
them
inside
off?
job. Fuck that.
Who paid them off?
Because that game is pure, like I said, pure shit on the easel.
We'll be right back with more Goblin on the Couch.
This episode is brought to you by Logan's Butcher Shop and Deli Meats. You give us the money, we chop 'em up. Located in the heart of the South Bronx. Do it!
For any questions and comments, hit us up at thegoblinonthecouch@yahoo.com and follow us on Instagram at thegoblinonthecouch and on Twitter at thatgoblin. That's THO. Yo, what was up with that sketchy ass fucking sponsor, dude?
It was great. You wanted a sponsor. We got one.
Yeah, but they didn't give us any specifics on location or any detailed contact information.
They said they wanted to keep it all private.
That makes no sense.
They gave us money.
That makes no sense.
They gave us money for the show. So keep it at that.
Who's this episode's featured artist, man?
Today's featured artist is the Lovehowl. I met these guys in Brooklyn, and they are very, very fun to watch. If you feel like dancing, you got to check these guys out live.
Interesting.
Matter of fact, we're going to have to cut the second half of the show short.
Just to play this song?
No, we're going to spin some tunes and keep the party going with these guys. Yeah. I like that vibe.
Yeah.
So, from the EP The Chase, here's the Lovehowl with Food.
He went told me that I'm just a baby, but he don't know me. He's far too lazy, and I know it's courtesy to be so complimentary, but it takes some history, but not as long for me, but not as long for me. I got everybody. I got everybody. I'm going down to the middle set. I'm going down to the middle set. I know what you're thinking, set. I know what you're thinking, set. I know what you're thinking, set. It's not what you're gonna I broke all the rules 'cause I ain't gotta have the tools, and you know it's me, not you, that seem to have all the damn food. 'Cause I know it's more to say that it was more than twice your pay, but I know it's more to say that I was just a wailing. I got everybody. I got everybody. I'm going down to the middle set. I'm going down to the middle set. I know what's thinking set. I know what's thinking set.
Welcome back to the Goblin on the Couch. And every month I like to check the free games on Xbox Live just to see what they have. And all right, we started recording. Can you stop eating?
What?
Stop eating.
Oh, wait.
Take the beef out the mouth and just stop.
Wow.
So yeah, as I was checking, there's some cool new games out, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I want to play these. And then on the bottom, I seen that. All right, with the eating.
All right.
It's good. Is it good?
I'm right. I'm done.
So,
Sorry.
as I look at the bottom, I see that WWE 2K17, not 2K17, 2K16 was free. And if anybody remembered during that summer sale, 2K16 was on sale for about 30 or 40 bucks. Now guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That game is free.
Sounds like you just mad because they took you for a sucker.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't just do that. That was in less than a month.
You know what's funny? Before you bought that for 30 bucks, I said, why are you going to buy that? It's half price and that game's not very good.
Well, that's exactly what I thought the game would be, because it's not great of a game to be spent $60 for. It's just not that good. So I was like, wait till it chops down in half. And then they chop it down, and then after like a month or two, they say, hey, man, let's fucking kill it, make it free.
Because it sucks. It's a really bad game.
Dude, that game, whatever happened to the old games? Why the fuck is the mechanics on this game so whack?
Wrestling games died off since the Nintendo 64. We all know that.
Yeah, it's disappointing, man. I just wish that they had old-ass games like SmackDown and what was those other, like WrestleMania and all that stuff for the N64.
Yeah. WrestleMania 2000.
Fuck you, 2K, piece of shit.
Easy.
Sorry. I do like Borderlands. All right, we played a cool game. This game was called Hyper Light Drifter. And it was developed by Heart Machine, and I love this game so much. This game is great. Pretty much you're a guy or alien creature, definitely some type of organism of male species, and in the beginning was this great big apocalypse, and a lot of crazy shit was going on. The main protagonist, which is the caped hero, was alive, coughing out blood, and it's just, I'm really just trying to figure out what's going on and what the hell is happening, because everything is all cinematic and they explain with little symbols and pictoids, and it's really, really interesting, and it catches my appeal because that's just a whole bunch of creativity. That's just the start, not to mention the pixel art. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's 8-bit, sometimes 16-bit.
Yeah, 8-bit, man, is gorgeous aesthetically wise.
If you like this old Zelda from NES growing up, you're gonna like this game a lot.
Yeah, just the opening cutscenes. It was, just a lot of cool features, and and just a lot of cool cutscenes with him waking up, and the detail of you breaking the mirror. I broke the mirror. I guess I got bad luck in the game, so whatever. There definitely are a lot of things to do and a lot of things to discover. There's this big giant was it like a box in the middle of the village, and you have to find these shards and just try to open up all the pillars in the middle. So you're facing different bosses, you're doing different things, and it's just amazing adventure, and it makes you really like watch your steps, because obviously the game, you're drifting all over the place. You're pretty much dashing everywhere, and it's fucking cool. You're like a samurai just kicking ass.
The weapons are good. We have the energy sword. You get a gun, multiple guns you can switch.
Yeah.
You can upgrade these weapons. You get grenades, multiple combo moves you can upgrade to.
Absolutely. Can't forget about the enemies. One of my favorite enemies was the Cape Birds, the one up north. And it just looked so cool, the art design on it, and it would just shoot these like ethereal beams at you, and you don't want to get hit with those beams. They're really easy to kill, but just how they look is probably one of my favorite villains. And there's a lot of things that attack you. You get shot by people or aliens or whatever they are. This is a weird species, guys. They're blue and they have claws. what's going on here? But the setting also kind of it tells you a lot about what's going on. It's like kind of like an ancient setting, but for me, it feels like the future at the same time, which is really, really amazing. And I gotta mention, you die frequently. You die a lot, and you will get jumped by, just picture Muscle Man from Adventure Time just attacking you and just dashing at you and beating you up. That's what some of these villains look like. And it's just pretty fucking epic. Once you die, you feel like you need to go back and just do this shit again because you're just that determined. And once you defeat everybody, you just slam your sword on the ground, and you're just showing this like, yeah, I'm fucking victorious kind of thing. And it's just epic. I love fighting in this game. The combat is amazing. What you think about that? You think about the combat?
It was good, hacking and slashing, old school style,
with a little bit of RPG aspect at it. I think that's. I think when you level up and stuff like that, you get like these little nodes, and you have to collect 4 nodes in order to get some sort of currency. In the village, you have these upgrades where you're just in the city, and you can buy something with an upgrade from a sword. You can buy an upgrade dash, which I recommend everybody get a dash. You will come up in a scene where there's these boulders moving up and down, and you have to dash. If you have single dash, it's a challenge, so make sure you get your dash upgrade right away, at least in my opinion. Some people like bombs and blow shit up.
I started with health. That was a bad move.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I started with health too. My next purchase was definitely the dash, obviously. So I mentioned that already.
Oh, with the sword.
The sword. Yeah, the sword's cool. But the sword can only do so much. You can't hack and slash infinitely. You have to time everything. Everything is according to time, which is great. So I definitely love the upgrading system. And let's get back to aesthetics, because I am a nerd when it comes to shit like this. Appreciate that shit. Take several screenshots. There are plenty of places to go and sit down. Just enjoy the art. And the soundtrack to everything that you're doing is pretty good, whether it's just straight silence or just when you're fighting combat with a boss. The soundtrack is pretty awesome, I gotta admit.
And just exploring, going places you're not supposed to, and just finding new shit. It's great.
Yeah, I gotta say, I truly recommend this game to everybody who loves Zelda. But Ed, explain a little bit further on why that's the case.
Nope.
All right, so then it's not like Zelda. It might be like Zelda.
It is just like Zelda.
Well, fucking tell me that then, because everybody's saying it. I want you to tell me about the Zelda games, because I never played them. Shit.
It's the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing,
Actually,
but they just, what?
I play Zelda games, but not the old school shit like NES.
You gotta play the old school stuff, man.
Well, I wasn't born around that time. If I was, I was just being thought of.
The gold cartridge.
Shit.
Remember that gold cartridge?
Yeah, man.
Okay. That gold cartridge, exactly. That's what Hyper Light Drifter is, but better. Actually, no, Hyper Light Drifter, is better.
Is better.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know, man. This game is great. I love everything about it. As far as the combat, the imagination thing is pretty cool. As far as like what I mean by that is just seeing all these pic toys and just looking at the story through photos. That's a great way to say your story, and it keeps you intrigued to want to go back and realize what's really going on with this character. Yeah, I gotta say it's close, but no cigarettes, man. I really like the game, but I like words in my games, and like I said, it's real creative, but I'm just
they went old school. There's no real text to tell you any story. Just pictures, sounds, and you got to figure it out.
Yeah,
but it's pretty self-explanatory. If you need everything spelled out for you, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. But I gotta say, some of the great games I have no problem reading. But other than that, please play this game. Whether go to your friend's house, if he has it, go play this game, go buy it. Hopefully in the future, I would like to see that game on a mobile phone, because it needs to be everywhere. That game is great. So, and that's that.
Unlike Mighty Number 9.
Don't fucking get that game. Don't
Unlike that game.
If you have that game, just delete it. That's AIDS. Fuck.
That game was delayed. Hyper Light Drifter was also delayed.
Go get that shit.
Mighty Number 9 was delayed because
go get that shit.
They didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Hyper Light Drifter was delayed because the developer The director got sick. He has a heart condition.
Absolutely.
Hence the name Heart Machine.
Yep.
Has a lot to do with the story if you get deep into it.
Yep.
I'm a hype man.
That's a great mention, man. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, go get it. What you rate it, Ed? What you think about it?
It's a fucking steal.
Nice.
That game, I'm still enjoying that game.
Nice.
I'm going to play it as
Same.
soon as I get back to my living room.
You better hope the Goblin's not there. That motherfucker's, he has a spot on the couch.
No, we lucky. I didn't smell that nastiness.
Yeah, because you
I
cleaned
didn't
today.
but I didn't see him today at all.
Well, that's because he hasn't been here in a couple of weeks. I don't know what the fuck's happened to him, but he'll be back.
Now, hopefully he won't ever come back.
You know, he texts me. Well, I don't even know how he got a phone. It's just, he's just a crazy motherfucker, dude. Just be in your tips and cues, dude. All right? Just make sure that at least it stinks a little bit, because he likes to be in a den, not in the fucking living room. He just likes games.
We're buying all of the time to get back what you lost.